UFC 234 this weekend. Uh, Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whitaker, middleweight champion of the UFC, will be taking on Kelvin Gastelum by some spirit of the world instead of Chris Weidman. I guess he had a couple too many losses. So it will be Bobby Knuckles versus Kelvin Gastelum in the main event of UFC 234. Rather lackluster card to most people's assessment. Uh, Not particularly to mine. Yeah, text my pops. Yeah, man, that's the guy right there. He'll get me to stop the show right there. Bang, pops. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, middleweight championship of the world. Whitaker won the interim title back in 2017 in the summer. That got unified to the real title in December or so, whenever GSP relinquished and gave it up after he beat Bisping. Both his title fights were against Yoel Romero. He won them both. Decision. The last one questionable in his decision. Kelvin Gastelum, on the other hand, 2 fights in 2017. Both. One of them he got choked out by Chris Weidman. The other one he knocked out Bisping by knockout. That was that 2017 year where Bisping lost the title, and then maybe a week later, or not even a month later, 2-3 weeks later, fought in China and got knocked out by Kelvin Gastelum. And his last fight was May 2018. We got decision win over Jacare Souza. So I mean, he's got a pretty decent record as to in the middleweight division. He's beat pretty good people. Excuse me. But I don't think he was deserving, in my opinion, of the title. In my opinion, the only reason he got the go ahead out of anybody was because they weren't comfortable giving it to Chris Weidman. They felt like Rockhold deserved it over Weidman. So like Rockhold just lost to Romero, so Rockhold don't deserve it over Romero. Romero doesn't deserve it because he just lost twice. Got to give it to somebody new. I understand that, but it's just tough. It's tough seeing the number one contender get skipped over because somebody else beat him at one point in time, and they'd rather see those two guys fight first. It's it's whatever. As far as this fight here, who is gonna do their dominant technique? Is Gastelum gonna be able to take him to the ground? Robert Whitaker had a knee injury in his fight with Yoel Romero, and Yoel Romero still couldn't take him to the ground. Yoel Romero is a great wrestler. So I don't think so. I think Robert Whitaker is going to beat him the fuck up. Third, fourth round TKO. Robert Whitaker. Co-main event, GOAT Anderson Silva. Not my words, but GOAT Anderson Silva. Comes back 41 years old to fight Israel Adesanya, which a lot of people like myself disregarded at first as a send-off to Silva in the Chuck Liddell type manner. But they actually have two very similar styles. So even though Silva's older, If you look back to his last fight with Cormier, he was, excuse me, fucking throat's tickling me. But look back to his last fight with Cormier, went to the decision. That wasn't his last fight. His last fight was Derek Brunson. Sorry. He got the decision win over Derek Brunson in February of fucking 17? It's 2 years ago to the date, almost. His last win was over Derek Brunson, but he lost to Cormier, and he was still fighting that style, and that style got him all the way through all 5 rounds. With a guy who is a heavyweight champion, he's a real big, and he's the champion. He's a big guy, and he's a light heavyweight champion at the time. So, and Anderson Silva's a middleweight, obviously. Adesanya 4-0 in the UFC, picking him off like flies. Last fight being Derek Brunson, knockout win. Before that, who else was it? It was Rob Wilkerson, Martin Vittori, Brad Tavares, Derek Brunson. Now Anderson Silva. And if he can get Anderson Silva, they're going to give him a title shot probably next. And that's crazy because if that were me, I would just want at least for them to treat Silva the same way. If Silva comes out with a win there, I would hope that they would be comfortable giving Silva a chance at Whitaker or Gastelum, whoever won that fight. And goddamn, Silva being a champion at 41, 42 years old, that's amazing. Just the possibility would be amazing. But I think he's going to get smoked in his own game. First round, Israel Adesanya knockout. Flashy knockout. Third to last fight. Ronnie Yaya, Ricky Simone. Ronnie Yaya, veteran since the WEC days. Submissions at the yin yang. 20 out of his 26 wins come by submission. So his other 6 are by decision. So he's got no knockouts to his name. Probably very little stand-up work you'll see from him there. Ricky Simone, on the other hand, Dana White Contender Series alum, 14-1 pro record. Can't pronounce Merab's last name. That's my boy Merab. Merab. Yeah, he submitted Merab, and then he got a decision win over Montel Jackson. He has 5 knockouts over his 15 or over his 14 wins. So it's pretty decent on his feet. This guy, Ronnie Yaya, is going to look straight for the takedown. I don't think Simone is going to be just qualified at any amount close to where he should be going against Ronnie Yaya. I think it's Ronnie Yaya by submission, second round. First round, I think he may keep him standing for a little bit. And after Yaya eventually gets him down in the first round, I think they might be tired. Jack for position on the ground a little bit. And then, round goes. Second round comes out, and he finds a way to get there a little bit quicker and submits him. Montana De La Rosa, Nadia Kasim. Not going for it again. De La Rosa 9-4, 7 out of 9 of her wins by submission. So also another submission fighter. That's why a lot of people are saying that the card's not deep. People want to see strikes, knockouts, all this crazy shit. Like, it's MMA, man. You gotta love the sport. You gotta love when they get on the ground and start rolling around, and you got one submission, you let go. You got another submission, you let go. You're scrambling, yada yada. It's exciting, man. It's exciting, and I can't even. I did jiu-jitsu, I wrestled. I still can't keep up sometimes when they start going flowing around all fast. I can't. I didn't get into it that much. I wasn't in it for that long, so way too fast for my brain. My shit's going, and it's blowing my mind when I'm watching it. That's why I like to watch that shit, because that shit just, you know, with the possibilities of grappling and shit like that. She has her most notable win is over Rachel Ostovich, where she submitted her. Out of her 4 losses, 3 of them um, high notable uh, losses are Mackenzie Dern, Cynthia Calvillo, and Nico Montano, all championship level fighters. Just showing that she's been in the game and she's a great submission artist, but she's fought some of the toughest women, and that's why she's in the position that she's in, which is a must-win position right here against Kasim. And Natty is 5-0. She made a UFC debut in November 2017. She got a decision win over Alex Chambers, and that was her last fight, just due to injury. So, I mean, a little over a year due to injury, being off, only being her second fight in the UFC. Uh, Very young. I know you're undefeated at 5-0, but I feel like the grappling is going to get to him early, and De La Rosa is in a must-win situation to try to stay in the UFC. Even if her contract's not coming up, she needs to get cracking. 9-5 doesn't look good. 10-4 looks way better, So she needs to get cracking, and I think De La Rosa is going to have first round submission. I think it's going to get crazy in the first round, and Kasiem might end up even dropping De La Rosa. But I think once they, she's not going to go out, and Kasiem's going to try to follow her, chase her down, and heel hooks, triangle choke, armbar, a lot of possibilities. I see De La Rosa off her back, finishing that fight. So first round, I think that fight's gonna be fireworks. And people are saying, it's not deep. People who knows who Nadia Kassim has made a fucking debut almost a year and a couple months ago. Who remembers? It's gotta stay fresh, especially if you're not fighting like Rose Namajunas could fight once in 2017 or whenever the fuck she fought and not fight, because we know the fuck that is. It's a champ, man. We would know if it is if she lost that fight. We would still know because she just fought the champ, because she was fighting number 1 contenders. We know, Nadia Kassim. You gotta fight somebody, you gotta get up there, you gotta get your rank up, you gotta have people know you, But official pick De La Rosa. Sam Alvey, Jim Crute. Jim Crute like Dwight Schrute. And Sam Alvey got he got knocked out in this past September. So what, like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, somewhere in there, by Little Nog Minotauro Nogueira. Before that, he was 2-0 in 2018, actually. But the knockout win over Martin Pachero, and a decision win over John Belante. Alvey doesn't like to be on the ground. Alvey's a stand and bang type of guy. He only has 3 submission wins out of his 33. 19 of those wins by knockout, 11 by decision. So I mean, he's either giving you a war or he's knocking you out in his wins. His 33 wins in his career. Jim Crute made his UFC debut in December So actually, like 2 months ago, by submitting Paul Craig, 9-0 as a pro, very well rounded, 3 submissions, 3 knockouts, 3 decisions. I don't know if he planned that, but damn it, that's pretty fucking well rounded. Uh, Sam Alvey is just well rounded, not really technically on the ground. If Jim Crew can get Alvey to the ground and try to hold him down and make it a long night for Alvey, that could be something to see. I just don't see Alvey letting him outsmart him like that, like getting him to that situation. Um, and I think it's going to be Sam Alvey by decision. By a decision win, Sam Alvey. And that's not it neither. That's just the main card. Those are the main picks that I'm going to make. Um, on the prelims, you have Shane Young, Austin Arnett, which is a great fight. Ishizu Ichihara, excuse me, versus Silk Gang. Another great, like little guys, Lando Venata, Marcos Rosa. You know, the lighter weight division guys in the prelims in Brazil are gonna go at it. And Bellator Newcastle is also going to be on Saturday. Patricia Pitbull versus Ryan Scope. That reality TV show guy Aaron Chambers versus Corey Browning. And Fabian Edwards, brother of Leon Edwards, UFC welterweight, will be fighting Lee Chadwick on sometime on the prelims. So, UK, London, I guess it's going to be different timing. So maybe you could end up seeing both of them. One of them United States time, and then stay up a little late or something like that. You can catch the Bellator. We'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be a tape delay or something. I don't fucking know. But it should be good. I gotta give a shout out to Pure Evil MMA. They let me write for them. Uh, he's opening up a lot of good opportunities for me, and he's letting me put my articles and my work out into the world to be seen on his website. You know, um, as maybe some people may know, I have my own website. I do other people's websites for them. I'm a little involved with doing websites and things like that. Um, but this, Pure Evil MMA could be a brand that's big in the future, and I see a future in it, which is why I wanted to be a part of it. You know, I actually reached out to Eddie to try to just put my name in there, just to be a part of it, just because, um, I could see this being these guys going somewhere, these group of guys. Um, or at least Eddie, man, for a fact. I don't really know the other guys too well. I don't even know really Eddie that well, but I could tell, um, you know, just from the times that I've encountered with Eddie that, you know, he's a good guy. He's a businessman, and he's gonna do business. And what else puts shit on the table other than business? You know. So I see a good future with Eddie and Pure Evil MMA. I think that will be a great path we're going to follow. The barbecue pit will still be operating. We will be still giving away t-shirts, merchandise. Subscribe to the channel if you're seeing the video, and you will be entered. Could be sending you something. I think we're going to do the giveaway in late April or so, maybe in May. But we'll see. The shirts have already been out. I've already posted pictures. Anybody wants to see more pictures, hit me up. I could probably do different colors and shit, but we got to figure that out. Um, so hit the subscribe button. We're doing a lot of big things. Barbecue Pit MMA, Pure Evil MMA. There's a lot of other cool people, man, that I guess, come across in this somewhat of a MMA media business. And, you know, Craig Allen, Fight Night Picks, um, Robin Black, Respect the Hostiles, uh, you know, all good guys, man. Theo Von, Joey Diaz, Joe Rogan, and Chris D'Elia, are the Mount Rushmore of comedy, honestly. Like those, what I say, 5 guys or 4 guys, however many fucking guys I just said. Mount Rushmore of fucking comedy. Never forget that, motherfuckers. Um, and we're going to cut it short this week, guys. But UFC 234 this weekend. And no fight companion. Marley's here. No fight companion, fuckos. Shout out to my girl for making the Photoshop again. She does a great job with these. I send her the pictures of what I want to be in the Photoshop. She does it right up. No problem at all. But shout out to her. Shout out to the people that raised me. And Marley. Shout out to Marley. It's a high inspiration in my life. Makes me want to do better, do more and more and more and more and more. Try to get more and more and more and more and more for her, So, always shouts out to her. And we're back on Tuesday. Holla.